What's up, guys? Kid here, and today I bring guys a OU battle against Crimson off of NigzExpress. So he leads off with a Bronzong. I lead off with my Spec Swampert because pro, and I go for a Hydra Pump, and that's gonna fuck up that Bronzong and take it to low red health. He goes for the Hypnosis, and unfortunately for me, it hits and it puts me to sleep, and he sets up Self Rock, and I stay in knowing that just to burn eternal sleep. Now here I predict the explosion, but he just goes for the trick room, so that was kind of good on his part, and I think that now this is a trick room team. So now he switches out, so I know my Rotom walls that thing. He switches out into the bane of my existence with this, which is a T-Tar. I go for a discharge. Should have went for the Will-O-Wisp, but you know I didn't want to screw up early in the game, and he probably brought out a Heatran or whatever, so I went for the safe discharge. And I switch now. Luckily he doesn't go for the pursuit, and now he goes for a crunch. And looking at that crunch, I was like, that did nothing. And I have no defense EV, so I don't know what the fuck that Tyranitar is. Now here, I kind of make a stupid move. I stay in, knowing that his only move is explosion, and I get exploded on. I thought he was gonna do a double switch out back to T-Tar, predicting me to go back into my Rotom, which is why I stayed in. And now the dimensions go back to normal. I send out my Scarf Tar, and he goes out into his Scizor. And I can't stay in because the Bullet Punch is obviously coming, but he outplays me and goes for the X Scissor, I guess. And now that I know he has X Scissor, I know he's not banded. So, now I'm just gonna burn that Scizor, knowing that he doesn't have a Heatran because he would have sent that in earlier, or something to have a fire resistant or whatever. But now he goes for the Sword Dance, and I know I can just basically wall this shit to hell. Now here I take this opportunity to try to set up some entry hazards. He goes for a Swords Dance, and I'm not worried about shit at this point. And I'm just going to set up my hazard. He's gonna go for X Scissor. That's gonna be jack shit. And I'm gonna go for my spikes here. Now here I'm going to predict the switch, and I'm going to go for the Torment while he switches into his T-Tar. Now here I'm still thinking his T-Tar is choiced in some way. I don't know why, but I was just thinking that. Now here I'm like, okay, I can freely just set up entry hazards on this T-Tar, not feared about anything. And I see I'm faster, I'm like, whoa, well, it must be banded or something. But he goes for the Flamethrower, so now I know it's a Tyranny Bolt. And I'm like, okay, Flamethrower, I can live this because I'm specially defensive. But he gets a crit. Yes, that crit mattered. I did damage calculations after that, and he told me that he is the Tyranitar with expert belt, so that crit mattered because I did the calculation. Whatever. Anyway, I go for a Stone Edge, predicting him to go into something that I haven't seen yet, and he's go for the EQ, and he gets another fucking crit. That crit mattered also because I did the damage calculations on that also, and that crit also matters. So now I'm like, fuck. He critted two of my pokes in like back to back. So now I go for discharge and I get a useless fucking crit. Wow, the game just loves me there. Gives me a useless crits, but I get crits that matter and shit. Now here he sends out a Lucario, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna stay in just to be Deathfire. But he goes for the Dark Pulse, and I'm like, what the fuck? Especially Lucario, then he gets a crit again. I don't think that mattered, but it's just the fact that he gets another crit is pissing me off. I'm like, okay, that's 3 crits right there. And now I send in my Heatran, which fucking sucks. I fucking hate Heatran. I just use Heatran just to try him out and shit to see how it goes. But he kind of did something, but kind of did nothing. But whatever. I go for the Earth Power, and now here I go for the Explosion, outspeeding that Flygon, which is very surprising to me. I don't know what the fuck. How did I outspeed that? But even if he EQ'd, I had a Sugar Parry, and I would have lived and exploded. Anyway, don't know how I outsped that Flygon anyway, so whatever. So now I only have one poke left, while he has a Burn Scizor and something else I haven't seen yet. I was hoping he went on to the Scizor first, but he goes into this thing, and I'm like, fuck, he has Explosion. I go for the DD, and he goes to Agility, so I'm like, wait, he maybe doesn't have Explosion. I actually might have a chance. I might have a chance and I can actually come back and win this. So I go for a waterfall, and I know since it's the agility it said it won't KO, but I'm thinking he does not have explosion since he did not use it. And he goes for another agility, and I'm like, yes, this is perfect because I can live whatever he throws at me next, and I can just kill off his scissor since it's burned and shit. But he goes for explosion. He goes for the explosion and kills my Kingdra. So that's good game, Crimson. That was an awesome game, and see you guys later for the next battle. Peace.
I can feel it.